The Maine Department of Public Safety has released the names of 12 people injured in Friday's deadly explosion at Robbins Lumber in Searsmont.
They are Searsmont Fire Chief James Ames, who has been released, Searsmont Assistant Fire Chief Wayne Woodbury, who is at Maine Medical Center in Portland,
Searsport EMS Chief Sarah Tompkins, and Belmont firefighter Catherine Page, also at Maine Med. Searsmont EMS worker Lillian Robbins, who is also a member of the Robbins family who owns the mill. She's at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston.
Montville firefighter Jacob Spalding, also in Portland. Lincolnville firefighter Aaron Heald and Appleton Fire Chief Clifton Mariner have been released from the hospital. Mill owners Alden and James Robbins are receiving care at Mass General in Boston.
Mill employee Thomas Wolf is being treated in Portland. And finally, John Ward, also a mill employee, has been released.
State police identified the firefighter who died Friday as moral volunteer firefighter 27-year-old Andrew Cross. According to a public safety spokesperson, an ATF worker received a minor injury while investigating, caused by difficult sight conditions.
There were also 3 fire trucks that were destroyed by the fire. They belong to the Searsmont, Belmont, and Appleton fire departments.
The Robbins family released a statement on their website today. It says, in part, quote, "The Robbins Lumber family is deeply grateful for the extraordinary outpouring of support, prayers, and kindness we have received following the tragic events on Friday. Our hearts are with the family of the firefighter who lost his life in service to our community, and with the firefighters who remain hospitalized as they recover from their injuries."
We also want to share that 2 of our owners, Jim Robbins and Alden Robbins, along with family member Lily Robbins, are receiving care at Massachusetts General Hospital's world-class burn center. They have a long road to recovery ahead, but they are in the best of hands, and we look forward to their return, unquote.
As we just mentioned, Lily Robbins is also a member of Searsmont EMS. The family's full statement can be found on our website.